y'all, and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be ranking and reviewing all the new foundations and concealers that I have bought this year, that I have tested this year, that I've tried. I'm ready to review. I asked y'all a few videos back if y'all wanted to me just do these in like a normal review video, or if you wanted to see them ranked, and y'all said ranked. So I have 4 foundations I'm gonna rank best to worst, and I have 5 concealers best to worst. These are all foundations and concealers that I have bought in 2022. We're really not that far into the year and I already have a bunch of new stuff. So it's going to be fun. We are going to rank it. It's going to be hard for me, fun for y'all, hopefully. And if you are new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. Shimmer, glitter, ranking videos, we are here for it. So if that sounds good to you, I do hope that you will subscribe before you leave today, because I upload a lot of new videos every single week, usually 5, sometimes 6, 7 videos a week. So if you are looking for fun makeup content where we're just having a good time with makeup, then this is the place to be. I do hope that you will subscribe, but I really want to rank these products, so let's jump into it. Okay, I have 4 foundations, 5 concealers. So instead of making a ranking foundations, ranking concealers video, I thought we would just do them in one. So first, let's rank foundations, because I feel like that's what most of y'all are most curious about. I've tried 4 new foundations, and y'all, the worst foundation, not only the worst foundation I've tried recently, but maybe the worst foundation I've owned, goes to the BPERFECT Cosmetics Chroma Cover Foundation. Oh my gosh, y'all. I love BPERFECT. Y'all know, if you've been here at my channel for any length of time, I love BPERFECT. I love their eyeshadow palettes. I love their highlighters. I love some of their lip products. Like, I just really love this brand. So when they announced that they were doing a foundation, I was like, gotta get it. I need it in my life. Yes, finally, one of my favorite brands is launching foundations. I can't wait. So I ordered it at launch. And this, listen, it says it's like full coverage, matte finish, and I know I normally love medium coverage foundations. I do like matte sometimes. But I normally prefer like a glowy finish. But I knew what I was expecting, full coverage matte finish, okay? And for reference, for this whole video, just so you know, I am in my 30s, so I do have like fine lines. I do also have oily skin, and I am living in the hot, humid South. So I knew what I was getting into. I got this foundation, and this is like what full coverage drugstore foundations were in like 2004. Very sitting on top of the skin. Yes, full coverage, but just on top of the skin. Not sinking in, not looking nice, nothing. But I was like, you know, I love BPERFECT. It's gotta be me. It's not them, it's me. So I tried it with different primers. I tried it with different powders. Nah, it ain't working for me. Maybe if you want very full coverage, blanked out, you're maybe 10 to 12 years younger than me, maybe this would be better for you. I understand that makeup, especially foundations, concealers, primers, they're gonna vary from person to person. So I'm not saying everybody is gonna hate this foundation. I'm just saying for me, my needs, it didn't work for me. It sat on top of the skin. Nothing I could do could get it to like sink in. Even one day I was trying this and I was gonna sit down to film, and I just couldn't turn on the camera. I was like, I hate the way I look. I hate the way my skin looks. So I washed my face and I redid my makeup. I was like, I just can't. This is not for me. That's why it's coming in at the bottom spot. I hate to like bash on a product. Again, If you love it, I love it for you. That's wonderful. I totally know that we all have different needs and preferences, but these rankings are based on my personal experience with the products. Okay, the next 3 foundations that I have, I really, really like all of these. I continue to wear all of these. Even though this one is coming in at number 3, I really like it. This is the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. So I bought this when it launched at the beginning of the year. I've filmed myself applying this, and I've already filmed a review, but I wanted this ranking to be kind of like 2022 so far. This is Beautiful Skin shade 8 Neutral. I will say the shade is not a perfect match for me. I think I should have got Warm. I would describe my skin tone as a warm olive undertone. So this needed to be a little bit warmer for me, but the finish of this is beautiful. I really like the packaging. I think the name Beautiful Skin is great for this foundation. It wears well on me. It looks beautiful. It looks healthy. It is a more glowy finish, but I like that. I think it works really well with my oily skin, and that when my oils do come through, it looks very glowy, not oily, and then my oils don't break it apart. The only reason this is ranking a little bit lower is because I have this new glowy foundation that I think I like just a little bit better, and let me tell you why. This is the KOSAS Revealer Skin Improving Foundation with SPF 25. Again, I think I have the wrong shade here. I like this packaging better, but these are very similar. Both very glowy, both very beautiful, both wear well on my skin. I get about the same amount of wear time. Now for me, I need a foundation to wear at least 12 to 16 hours. That's how long I have my makeup on. When I put it on in the morning, when I take it off at night, I need it to give me at least 12 hours. More ideally 16 hours. So both of these will last that for me, and they'll look nice. The reason I'm ranking this one a little bit higher is because it takes less product to get a good layer on my face than it does this one. So maybe this one has like a smidge more coverage, but I feel like in the end when I use both of these, I get the same finish, the same amount of coverage on my face, the same kind of finish, but I've used less product when I use this foundation. So therefore, it ranks just a little bit higher for me. I do have this in a medium tan olive. I should have got a deeper shade. This will probably work for me when I'm at my lightest. Here in Mississippi, we're rolling into springtime, so I'm really not going to get any lighter until maybe the end of December into January. But I have been enjoying mixing this with other foundations, and I actually have this mixed in with my number 1 foundation today. I'm wearing both of these, so I really like the mix of these two. I think this adds just a touch of glowiness. But number 1 foundation that I have tried this year is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. I really, really like this, and I'm not surprised. To me, this is a very medium buildable foundation, so I can put it on with a sponge or a brush. My favorite way to apply complexion products is with a sponge. So I'll apply this, and then if there are any areas where I have a little breakout, I do have breakout prone skin, I am oily, I can go back in and just add a little more coverage when I need it. I think this is just a beautiful foundation. It's not matte. Don't let that word scare you and thinking matte like dry. It is very skin-like to me, almost a satin matte true to skin finish. It wears beautifully. I will say I do work in a hospital, so one of the things I like to do when I'm testing a new foundation is make sure that I wear it to work under the mask. Now, I'm never going to talk about mask-proof makeup because I always remember I'm wearing a mask because we are going through a worldwide health crisis where so many people have lost their lives. So I'm never going to be like mask-proof makeup, because it's not about makeup. It's about helping people. That's why I'm at work. But I will say this wears beautifully under a mask if you are curious. This one, not so much. I dropped it. See, it's just ready. It's just begging me. It's like, please just throw me in the trash. No, I'm going to pass it on to somebody else. But this, beautiful. It wears beautifully all day. Really enjoy the way this looks. And again, I've mixed both of these for the finish that you see on my skin today. Okay, so now that you know best to worst, worst to best foundations, let's talk about some of the concealers that I've tried. Coming in at number 5, I'm sorry y'all, I'm so sorry, Be Perfect. This is the worst concealer. This is the worst. This is a very thin concealer, which I think is promising. But let me tell you, my first impression, the packaging on this, it's heavy. It's very nice. The packaging on this, I feel like, it feels like a $3 concealer, honestly. The packaging is not luxe at all. The concealer is very thin, which gave me high hopes that it wasn't going to settle anywhere. But what this reminds me of is the Natasha Denona matte concealer, but worse. It's very thin, so you think it's not going to dry weird, but it dries weird. And it's like, it gives you full coverage where you don't want it. And then like right in here where I may have some discoloration, it's like nothing. So I try to put a little bit more, and it doesn't, it's not working for me. And then at the number 4 spot, I have to put the JACLYN concealer. That's right, I think this is worse than the JACLYN concealer. This concealer is the Perfecting Concealer. Yes, is that the name of it? I guess so. This concealer, I tried it on camera, I said I didn't like it, I reviewed it, I said I didn't like it, and I had a lot of comments of people telling me different ways to use it, so I wanted to kind of update y'all because I'm always open to hearing different suggestions on ways to use it. It's still ranking lower. Now, if I put this on the back of my hand, let the product warm up, and then I go in with a brush, and I put my concealer on with a brush, and then I pat it in, it does work okay as long as I have really moisturized my under eye. I was actually talking to my friend Angelica Nikvis because I know she didn't like this concealer either, and we both were like, okay, let's try this new technique that people are talking about. So it does work okay when I use it in that way, but it's still not a favorite, and I don't like that I have to have like a very specific way to use it. So even though I can make it work, it's just not a favorite because I have to do a lot to make it work. But for that reason, it is higher than the Be Perfect because I can make it work. Okay, the top 3 I think are all good concealers. I will recommend all 3 of these. Starting out, I have the Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Concealer with Vitamin C from Makeup Revolution. This I think is really pretty. I've worn this. I think it looks nice under the eyes. It's not a very thick concealer. I don't like this type of product because applicator, because I feel like it wastes a lot of product. Like, do you see how much, this is one of those where you kind of twist it up. Do you see how it started here and it's already all the way up here? Because I feel like I've wasted so much product. Twisting, get it to fill up this bulb, and then I'm like pressing it onto the under eyes, and I just feel like I waste a little bit of product that way. But it does look really nice on the skin. I think this was around like $10, and a lot of times, at least at Ulta and even on Beauty Bay, I see Makeup Revolution goes on sale a lot, or there's buy one get one deals, things like that. So I think this is really nice. If you're looking for a good drugstore concealer, this is medium coverage. I do feel like it's hydrating. I do feel like it has a slightly glowy, but still really pretty, not greasy finish to the skin. I enjoy it. I'm going to continue to use it. I think it's really good. But these 2 concealers that are number 1 and 2, I feel like in the summer, number 2 is going to become number 1, number 1 is going to become number 2. But since we're still kind of in the end of winter, spring here where I live, for number 2, I've put one size. This is the One Size Turn Up the Base Better Skin Concealer. I think in the summer this is going to be number 1. This is very beautiful under the eyes. It has beautiful coverage. It covers everything I need to without looking cakey. It doesn't settle into any lines at all. It's a very smoothing, blurring, beautiful. Love this concealer. Right now, number 1 though is the KVD Good Apple Concealer. This one is full coverage, beautiful. It doesn't settle weird into any lines, nothing like that. but this one is slightly more hydrating than this one. So that's what I mean when I say I think when summer comes, when temps are getting to 100 or above, the humidity is crazy, I think I won't need the hydration and I'll prefer the slightly bit more matte, semi-matte, skin-like finish of this one as opposed to the hydrating. But this I'm loving. This is actually the concealer that I have on under my eyes today. Both of these though, really good. Really love these. The One Size and the KVD Good Apple. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think of this video. Do you like that I did foundations and concealers in one video so you could kind of get all the information? Do you like these reviews? Do you still like ranking videos? Definitely let me know. I am going to link down below a video that I did a few months ago that was top 3 in every category. So you're like, you know, Heather, I know you've been testing these for weeks, months, but I want to know like years, what are your favorites? I'm going to link that video. Definitely check it out because I have seen a few comments recently like, what are your top such and such favorite foundations? So definitely check out that video. I talk about primers, foundations, concealers, powders, all of that. But let me tell you what is on my eyes before I say goodbye to y'all. I actually will have this tutorial. It's up on Instagram now. So definitely check that out. I love to post tutorials on Instagram and I post new tutorials over there. So it's not the same content that you're getting here on YouTube. But I actually have on the Witching Hour from Unearthly Cosmetics. Y'all know they're one of my favorite brands. And I mixed it with the In the Dark palette from Unearthly as well. On my lips, I'm wearing my Makeup by Mario Mocha Glow Moisture Glow Pumping Lip Serum. On the cheeks, I have my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Deep. I have my Melt Monarca Blush Palette. These 2 shades right here, this hot pink. And then on my cheeks, I have Polar Vortex Ice Queen from BPERFECT. See, I love this BPERFECT product. Amazing. Thank you for watching. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what you thought of this video, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye!